Hi, Scott Orlin with CINEMA-Magazin. Okay, all you Pixar fans, the time has come. Their new film is coming your way. It is called Onward, and the two people responsible for it, the creators, Dan Scanlon and Corey Ray. Talk a little bit about what is so impactful for me is not that gender inequality, but this is a story for boys that really lets them tap into an emotion.
Yeah.
Talk a little bit about the origin. Where did it start for you?
Yeah, I mean, it's loosely based on my own personal experiences. My brother and I lost our father when we were young, and we didn't remember him growing up. And so we had a lot of questions about who he was and how we were like him. That was the beginning of the story. But I mean, I think we can all relate to this story because we've all lost someone, and I think that was a big part of it.
Yeah. It opened up, you know what I mean? That one personal story really opened up to both myself and the whole rest of the crew, who really shared their stories of loss, of support, of who was around them to help them get over a tough situation. And it kind of added a whole bunch of layers and opened up the film in a beautiful way.
And what's fascinating too is that, you know, with Pixar, that we've had emotions for cars. We've had emotions for, you know, other type of things.
Emotions for emotions.
Emotions for emotions, right. Or, you know, we've seen it via animals.
Yeah.
But you didn't choose humans for this story.
Right.
Talk a little bit about that story of why you encase them.
It's, you know, it's a movie where a character comes back to life for a day. We needed a way to do that, and magic felt like the most romanticized way to do it. And that led to the idea of a fantasy world. And you know, in an animated movie, why use humans when you can use elves and satyrs and centaurs?
Exactly.
I also think that we, as audience members, let our guard down a little bit when we are saying, "Oh, that's a car. That's a thing. I'm not having those feelings." And then suddenly, it's easier to put your emotions into this other creature or character.
Yeah.
Your guard gets down.
Totally.
Yeah.
I want to ask you too, because obviously in animation you can do things that you really, well, nowadays in live action you can almost do anything.
Right.
But I thought one of the most ingenious ways is the only half of the father comes back first. How much of an artistic challenge was it just having pants and shoes kind of running around trying to maneuver that with the other characters?
Yeah. It was tough, actually, even from a cinematography standpoint, and also an emotional standpoint. How do you get a pair of pants to emote? And so we spent a lot of time talking about that with the animators and the story people.
And we'd run around, the animators would be doing this and that, and you'd think, well, you got to go really broad like a mime or a clown, but they started to realize, like, if you're reading into something, that these little actions mean a lot more.
Yeah.
And you know, I think that's part of the fun of why there are only pants in the movie. When you've lost someone or never knew someone, every piece of them is a part of the puzzle. Every piece of them is special, and these boys literally have a piece of their father.
And just the last question for you. This is for Germany. In the American version or the English version, you've got Chris Pratt, Tom Holland, Octavia Spencer. How close attention do you pay to finding the voices in Germany to make sure that they've at least have that same type of quality?
Yeah, we go to great lengths at Pixar to basically they'll videotape me describing every single character, why we chose who we chose, what the qualities and personalities of those characters are, down to secondary, almost background characters.
Yeah.
And then the different markets do a phenomenal job then of casting, you know, who that person is in their market, and you know, I can tell listening to any version of the movie, even if I can't speak the language, that's that character.
Yeah.
They picked someone who is Barley. I can tell just by the reads.
Well, Dan, Corey, once again, another smash from Pixar. This is Scott Orlin. Until next time.
Thanks so much.
Thanks.